Hi student, good morning to all, and this is a video for class 12 computer science. And in this video now we are going to discuss about the data visualization using Python. So what we seen in the last class, so what are the different types of model will be there, correct? So what are the different types of model will be there? Standard library, and then NumPy library, and then PyPlot library, that means MathPortlet library, and then pandas library. So variety of library will be there, correct? So what do you mean by NumPy library? I explained in the last class. So in the NumPy library means if you want to create the array format in the program, that time we are using for the NumPy library. So okay, the array may be the one dimensional array, two dimensional array, or three dimensional array. Okay, so based on this array concept, if you want to use in the program, that time we are using for the NumPy concept in the program. Okay, so and the second one for the matplotlib, and this is also one kind of library. And then what do you mean by matplotlib library means, before you have to know that. So what do you mean by data visualization? So what is data visualization means, what is the first word? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So what is a picture is worth 1,000 words? Okay, compared than the data, if we are showing anything to the picture means, we can understand easily, correct? Okay, so for example, 100 students of detail will be here. So from the 100 student detail, if you want to analyze the data from this 100 students, who is the highest mark, who is the lowest mark, and then if you want to compare one thing from the another things, we can, if we are displaying the chart means, we can identify the data easily, correct? So compare than the data, if anything we are showing to the picture, we can identify the data easily. So for example, nowadays daily we are seeing about the news, correct? For what? About the corona information. Okay, so compare than the yesterday, it's going today going the what is the patient detail, that means today how much increase or how much decreased. If they're showing the detail in the data formats means, we cannot identify easily, correct? So in the same thing, if showing the picture format, that means in the chart format, and then today is the highest or today is the lowest, that means we can identify easily, correct? So in the same thing, the data visualization is the technique to present the data in the pictorial format or graphical format. The same thing we are displaying in the pictorial format or the graphical format means, the user can identify easily compared than the data, correct? So what do you mean by data visualization? So whatever showing to the user, so everything we are displaying through the picture, that means in the graphical format. Okay, and the next day it is used to we can take the decision easily, correct? And not only the decision, and then we can analyze the data correctly, and which is the highest and which is the lowest, and then we can analyze like this with the help of data analyze easily. So like this format allow in the identify the data trends in the pattern available for the data visualization. So like this, if you want to create the picture format, we can use this library that is called as matplotlib. So with the help of matplotlib library, we can create the polls, that means we can create a different types of chart in that Python program. So what is matplotlib? So matplotlib is a Python two-dimensional plotting library for the data visualization and creating an interactive graphics or plots. So that means we can creating the interactive graphics model, or else we can create the plots. So what is plots means, we can create the data visualizations of the large and complex data becomes easily. So it becomes very easily, and different kinds of plots we can create in the Python library. And then, so what is the main advantages of the matplotlib means, and then this is a platform, and then this is the ability to work with the many operating system, different types of operating system it will be worked at. And then this is a high quality graphics, and then we can notebook for the integrations and development have been free and spend their time implementing the features for the Matplotlib library. And then this is a large community support for the cross platform supports, and it's an open source tool, and this is an open source tool. And then we don't want to pay it, we can simply download from this net without paying. Okay, and then this is the full control over the graphs or plots. So we are telling the another name for the graphs, that is plot style. Okay, and then it is a like a line properties, and then we can access the many property for in that Matplotlib library. And then, so what is the purpose for the data visualization? So the data visualization is useful for better analyze and then quick actions, and then identifying the patterns and finding the error. We can identify the errors easily, and then we can understand the understanding the story, and then we can exploring the business inside, and then grasping the latest trends. So this is the main purpose of the data visualization. And the next, so what are the plotting libraries? One for the Matplotlib and another one for the PyPlot. So what is Matplotlib means? It is a one kind of package, and then with the help of package we can create the 2D graphs or plots. Okay, and then what do you mean by plot? What are the different types of plot will be there? Means histogram, pie chart, power spectra, error charts. So like this we can create different kinds of charts. And then if you want to use this, first we should install the NumPy library, and then it is a provide for the environment for the Matplotlib library also. So what is PyPlot? So PyPlot means, and this is the state machines in the interface, and then same like that. So if you want to use this Matplotlib library in the program, so that time we are using for the PyPlot also. So what do you mean by PyPlot means? So what do you So what do you mean by PyPlot means? And then the PyPlot is creating to achieving the desired plot. For example, calling plot from the PyPlot will automatically create the necessary figure. So based on this chart, we don't want to mention based on this axis value, it automatically creating the plots. So it is setting the title, we can set the title, and then we can set the current axis, everything it will be automatically creating with the help of PyPlot options. And the next is, so what is the PyPlot features? There are three types of features will be there. One for the drawing, and a second one for the customization, third one for the saving. So what do you mean by drawing means? Based on the user requirements, we can draw our passed data through the specific functions. So we can pass the different types of functions. Based on this, we can draw the poles. Okay, and the next is customization means we can change the color, we can change the style, we can add the width, we can increase the width, and then we can add a title of the chart. So everything we can set with the help of user requirements. And then what do you mean by saving means after completing your work we want to save. So why in future we can open this? So that's why we are using the saving that's why we are using for the saving option. In futures if you want to open, we must click on the save options. Okay, and the next is how to plot in Matplotlib library. So steps, first we should open the command prompt. How we can open the command prompt? From the search box simply type the cmt command. So after typing the cmt command, command prompt option display on the screen, just click on this, and then if you are click means command prompt display on the screen. And then I think so in my system, and like this the data will be stored here. That means from the C colon, after C colon user, and the next del, and the app data, and the local path. After local path just simply type the cd programs, and the next is cd python, and the cd python 32.38 minus 32, that is my version. And then if you are giving means, so it going like this path, and then simply next type the cd scripts is going to the scripts folder, and then next you should type for the pip install matplotlib. So already I installed in my system, so up to that I stop here. So this is the way to going to the, so first you should install the Python in your program. So if you want to using the numpy library, or else if you want to using the matplotlib library, or else if you want to use the pandas library in your program, we should install in your computer. Okay, so what is the procedure to installing the numpy and the matplotlib library in your computer means, so we should open the first command prompt. So after going the command prompt, just you have to know the where the Python program will be stored. So normally we are storing the Python program SQL user and del and app data and local programs. From the programs only we are storing the Python window, okay, sorry, Python applications. And then from the Python applications, my in my system version is Python 38 minus 32. So just to check in your system what is your Python versions, based on this you simply type that particular versions. And then after opening the script, so simply type the pip install matplotlib. So first you should install the pip install numpy. Okay, so after installing this, next you should give the pip install numpy matplotlib. So it takes the 1 or 2 minutes for installing this software. So after type this, press enter key, and then displaying the collecting package is showing the message like this. And then after it take the 1 or 2 minutes for the installing applications, so finally display the message. It installs successfully. So like this message display here. So if it is display means now it's ready to work, correct? And the next types of plot, what are the different types of plot will be there means line plot, bar graphs and histogram, and then pie chart and frequency polygon and fox plot, and then scatter plot. So these are the different types of plot will be there. So after that I completed, and the remaining next class we are going to discuss about so how we are going to create the plot in the matplotlib library. I explain. And then thank you students, be safe in the home.